The Resident Evil 4 remake is only a few weeks away. Not only are the veterans excited, but I'm sure there will be plenty of newcomers to the game as well. The only problem is, do these newcomers know anything about the hero of the iconic game? Well, that's where I'll come in. I'm gonna catch you up to speed on Leon S. Kennedy. Hold on to your breeches, bubs. We're going in. Leon Scott Kennedy was born in 1977, which would make him about 27 years old when the President of the United States assigned him the mission to rescue Ashley Graham in 2004. There was no one the President trusted more, and that wasn't because Leon stood around all day and twiddled with his fingers. His track record gave him plenty of experience to do the job. One being the fact that he was one of the few survivors of the Raccoon City incident back in 1998. Let's go back to the start of that. Leon requested to work for the Raccoon City Police Department due to a number of strange murders happening around the Arklay Mountains. He had just broken up with his girlfriend at the time, so I'm assuming he was looking into a new spark of excitement. Stopping outside of a motel the night before, he drunkenly overslept and wound up being a day late on the job. Another assumption, I'm assuming he was shitting his pants at how bad he messed up. I know I would be if that happened to me. He rushes back onto the road to get to his station post. Leon tried contacting the station, but the military blockading the city had crumbled, which left everything in shambles. That made Leon unaware of anything that was going on in Raccoon City. But don't worry, bubs, 21-year-old rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy would soon find out exactly what was going on, but not without running into Claire Redfield first. Stopping at a gas station right on the outskirts of the city, he notices something amiss in his surroundings. He soon finds someone attacking a couple guys inside. Not just attacking though, but eating their flesh. The man began to walk toward Leon. Although Leon tried warning the man to stand down, it led to Leon having to fire his gun. But it didn't end. The man kept walking. It took several shots to the head to finally put the crazy bastard down. Right after, he finds to be swarmed by these crazed people. He had to get out, and just as he exited the station, he found her, Claire Redfield, with her hands above her head. She looked innocent, but the crazed zombie behind her sure wasn't. Leon told her to get down and he saved her. They both realized they were going to the same location. Claire was looking for her brother Chris. Leon had no trouble offering her a ride to the station to help figure out a game plan on what is mysteriously going on. Entering deeper into Raccoon City, they realized it wasn't just the gas station. It was the whole damn city. Everything was utter chaos, and neither of them knew why. They shortly get swarmed by what they assume are the Walking Dead. They're stuck and can't make their way through. Just when they think it couldn't get worse, God decides to show them how wrong they actually were and sends a zombified truck driver and his semi straight toward them at full speed. They have no choice but to split apart and jump to freedom before fire comes raining down on them. Luckily, both of them were okay, a little banged up, but compared to the situation they were in, that was nothing. They decided to split apart and meet back up at the RPD. Leon arrives at the station and finds it's just as mysteriously destroyed as the rest of the city. Are they just doomed? No, they're not, but yes, they also are. But it's all about perspective. See, Leon and Claire were determined to escape the nightmare. With some investigating and puzzle solving in a literal sense, they find their way to a secret path that leads to an underground lab. That's after he meets his true love, Ada Wong, though. He wouldn't have been able to find his way down to the secret lab if it weren't for her and her source digging up just how messed up things were starting to get in the city. Hell, he almost didn't make it out due to Mr. X following his every damn step throughout the station. You would have thought he was the unstoppable nemesis or something, but, that's a topic for another day. He finds the lab that is ran by Umbrella, and what do you know? It also went downhill, but don't worry, he finds out why, of course. He finds out this pharmaceutical company called Umbrella were secretly working on biological weapons, and a containment leak plagued it all to hell and back 3 times over. What was discovered was 2 different variants of viruses, the T virus and the G virus, and a slew of different animated creatures on top of your normal zombies, one being Mr. X, a T-00 tyrant, Lickers, and a plant-based creature called Ivy. Raccoon City was about to be blown sky-high due to the infection spreading. The government had no choice but to contain it as fast as possible. There were survivors still in the city, 4 of them being Leon, Claire, a little girl named Sherry Birkin, and Ada. That was until Ada fell to her death right before their escape. Just as Leon was making his way down to the tram, a transformed Mr. X came out of nowhere and said, "Hey bub, you're gonna stay right here." And Leon went through hell defeating him because Mr. X was in fact in his final form. But he was doing your normal bips and bobs up until he mysteriously got a rocket launcher and blew the bastard to bits. Once him and the 2 girls got to the tram out of the lab, He thought they would be okay, but in the middle of their speeding right out of the explosion, Sherry's father, a reanimation of the other reanimations of his G-Virus form, snuck a ride himself and tried to eat them. Lucky for Sherry, she had Leon and Claire on the ride. They were absolutely done with everything that was going on, and they finished Dr. Birkin off as well. The city of Raccoon City was finished, but there was more to be done. Leon put it upon himself to finish Umbrella off. Claire split up with them to continue her search for her brother Chris, and Leon looked after Sherry for the time being until they were apprehended by the US military. It was then when Sherry was taken away into protective custody. The military interrogated Leon to figure out what went down in Raccoon City. He told them almost everything. They may have left out Claire. I'm assuming he didn't want them looking for her while she was looking for her brother. After he told his story, it turned out he was exactly what they were looking for and interested in recruiting him as a special agent. He accepted the offer and began training heavily so he could take care of any situation at any given moment. In November of 1998, Leon sent his friend, Detective Ark Thompson, to investigate an Umbrella facility on Sheena Island, which leads to the spin-off game Resident Evil Gun Survivor. In that following month, Claire set out for Europe in the process of finding Chris. She ended up being captured by Umbrella and sent to Rockford Island. She was able to send Leon an email of the situation, and Leon personally successfully tracked Chris down like it wasn't hard at all and told him the danger Claire was in, which led to Chris traveling to save Claire. That was the connection with a favorite of mine, Resident Evil Code Veronica. One thing I'd like to say about this part here is Claire spends months trying to find Chris. And it seems like just a few hours, Leon finds Chris and emails him. Like, Claire, could you not just send an email or something? Like, I don't know what's going on here. Anyways, he did quite a few missions for the military for the following years. I'd go further into some of those missions he did, but that would potentially spoil some of the plot of Resident Evil 4 Remake, so we'll keep it under wraps for the time being. But those missions gained the likeness of the president, and that's where we are now. Leon's first mission under the president's orders is to track down his kidnapped daughter Ashley and bring her back to safety. I really had fun doing this video. Please let me know if you learned anything or at least enjoyed the video. I would love to keep doing character profiles on characters, so if there's anyone of interest you'd like me to do some research on, let me know. If you haven't already, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps so much, and if you want to be even cooler than that, like Leon going from rookie cop to special military forces level cool, ring the bell so you're notified of each of my videos in the future. It's up to you though. But until next time, take it easy, bubs.